Alright then, Habibi gang. This episode is about a fascinating little stat nugget that shows you just how much football can be a game of luck as much as skill. We're talking about the Premier League's lucky charms, players who've scored goals and somehow never lost a game while doing so. But before we get to the good news, let's pause for a moment of silence for those on the opposite end of the spectrum. Pour one out for the unluckiest player in Premier League history, Michael Kiteley. The poor lad managed to bag 7 goals in his career but didn't win a single one of those games. That's like baking a cake for every party and finding out no one even brought plates. And spare a thought for Southampton's legend Matt Letizia. Scored in 79 games, but his team still lost nearly a third of them. Scoring and winning? It's not for everyone, apparently. But we're not here to dwell on misery, are we? We want the shiny stuff. The untouchables. The players who have basically turned their goals into winning charms. Ready? Let's roll. Number 1. Gabriel Jesus, the king of luck. 61 games. Honestly, this one's not even a shock, is it? Gabriel Jesus has been strutting about in dominant teams his whole Premier League career, Manchester City and now Arsenal. It helps when your boss is Pep Guardiola, and your backup is a squad worth more than most clubs. But credit where it's due, 61 games with a goal and 0 losses? That's ridiculous. Oh, and by the way, he's got a win rate of 91.8% in those games. Not bad for someone people said wasn't clinical enough. Number 2. James Milner, Mr. Reliable. 54 games. James bloody Milner, eh? He's like a Swiss Army knife. Always there, always useful, and somehow in every list that screams consistency. He's played for half the Premier League at this point: Leeds, Newcastle, Villa, City, Liverpool, and now Brighton, but is still unbeaten in every game he's scored. Is it goals? Is it the power of that Yorkshire tea he swears by? We'll never know, but the man's basically football's equivalent of duct tape holds everything together. Number 3. Diogo Jota, the silent assassin. 49 games. Quietly climbing the ranks, isn't he? Diogo Jota might not get the same headlines as Salah or Nunez, but this lad's a proper gem. Scored in 49 games, never lost one. From Wolves to Liverpool, his stats are solid no matter where he's been. Let's not forget, Jota had the audacity to become the first Liverpool player since Robbie Fowler to score in his first 4 Premier League home games. How's that for an entrance? Number 4. Darius Vassell, nostalgia alert. 46 games. Remember Darius Vassell? Aston Villa and Man City fans certainly do. Scored in 46 games and stayed unbeaten every single time. He was the original lucky charm before it was trendy. Sure, his career highlight might have been winning the dubious honor of letting a keeper score past him in a penalty shootout, cheers, Euro 2004, but let's focus on the good stuff. When Vassell scored, he kept his teams safe. Simple as that. Number 5. Gabriel Martinelli, Arsenal's spark plug. 33 games. Now, Martinelli doesn't get nearly the love he deserves. People keep saying Arsenal could upgrade on him, but here's the thing. When this lad scores, Arsenal are practically invincible. He's the perfect complement to Jesus, isn't he? Fun fact, Martinelli's 33 games with a goal, all undefeated. Makes you wonder why some Gooners are so hard to please. Number 6. Salomon Kalou, Chelsea's forgotten gem. 32 games. Salomon Kalou, Chelsea's Swiss Army knife before Milner trademarked the role. Scored in 32 games, won 29 of them, and drew the rest. He wasn't flashy, but boy, did he get the job done. Mourinho loved him, and for good reason. Sure, Kalou didn't bag the gaudy numbers of Drogba or Lampard, but he had that knack for popping up in the right place at the right time. And there you have it, the Premier League's real-life four-leaf clovers. Gabriel Jesus, Milner, Jota, and the rest. While the kiteless of the world keep shaking their fists at the footballing gods, these lads just keep cruising along, untouched by the chaos. But now it's over to you, listeners. Who's your favorite lucky charm? And don't say your mum's lasagna before match day, because we all know it's about the players. Drop your comments, and let's have it. Right, I'm off to see if scoring in 5A-side makes me the unluckiest pundit ever. Catch you next time, you lovely lot. Cheers.